What's going on, you beautiful people, and welcome, guys, to Canucks news you might have missed. This is a big one, like a real legitimate big one. There's actually some Canucks news and some rumors and some trade rumors and just a bunch of little things, and also Pettersson as well. So I gotta say, by the way, quickly, my mic broke. That's why I haven't made content for the last week. I have a replacement mic temporarily. I might be getting even a newer one, but this is gonna have to do for now. So first of all, I just wanted to show this quickly, that EP40, 457 points since he's been drafted, Elias. So just something to think about before we get started. Now, the U.S. Men's Olympic Orientation Camp, the names have been coming out. And you might notice a few names that are from the Vancouver Canucks and some that are missing. And the ones that are missing are pretty significant. So first of all, the good news, Quinn Hughes, of course, and Connor Garland, kind of a, not a huge surprise, but a little bit of a surprise for sure. He was really good at the Worlds for them, and I think that went a long, long way to have him join this camp. And then you have Brock Boeser, who, you know what? If he has a monstrous first start, you can see him make that team. But Thatcher Demko not being even at the camp, guys, just basically was a runner-up for the Vezina. I understand he's had a ton of injuries. I get it. But this isn't the team. This is the camp. You're telling me they couldn't bring him into the camp? I'm thinking maybe Demko say he didn't want to be there? Like, who knows? Like, I don't know, man. That's legitimately surprising to me. I didn't see that coming. So what's your guys' thoughts on that, first of all? And by the way, if you like these news videos, drop a like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel a lot. All right, next one. Thomas Drance. He's mentioned he had an article at The Athletic. It goes into it. We're going to go into it right now in depth. And the one we're going to be using once again, our man, who's made many, many videos with us on this channel, Canucks News Summaries. Go give him a follow, some love. He helped me kind of summarize it, or he helped himself and everybody else summarize it. All right, let's talk about it. Center options. Canucks have taken the time to do more due diligence and further discuss with Adam Foote, and have come out that with a sense of conviction, holy moly, that Hito and Ratu can hold the fort in the short term. Well, how short is that going to be? If it's for a few months, sure, maybe they can hold the fort, but we need a strong start. You know, we really, truly need a strong start. So that's a bit of a gamble, especially if we're not going to get that second line center before the season. Now, he did mention Jack Roslovic isn't a full-time answer at center, which we know, talked about that at length. They've cooled down significantly on Roslovic. So that's some pretty big new news. A lot of people thought it was like almost a done deal that Roslovic was going to come here. It doesn't look to be the case, and now it's completely up in the air. So that's interesting. That's kind of new information for sure. They're still trying to acquire a center, but it will come via trade, actively kicking tires and exploring options. And again, like it looks like we're going to be, if we're going to get the second line center, like we said for a long time, has to be through a trade. Marco Rossi, McTavish, these are the names that you have to go after if you want to do it. But maybe some names we're not even thinking about. Or maybe we'll just get Zaka. That's okay as well. Who knows? May have to wait until mid-October. Have made 3 different trades about the first weekend of October. So that was in the past. So that's very interesting. Would prefer to have a center added to the roster for the start of the season, but are comfortable with what they have now and are willing to be patient. So it's actually interesting. So they're willing to be patient. They're saying that, you know, maybe they could hold on for a few months before they get that second line center. But like, why would it be any cheaper after 2 months? Unless like the time to get a second line center are right now, where the teams don't want to play these guys. If you wait it out and they're already signed, like that's just, it doesn't make sense. Now next year's obviously free agent class looks amazing, but a lot of those guys are going to be signed. Let's be realistic. A lot of those guys are not going to make it. So then you're going to have to find a second line center at the deadline. Well, where are we going to be in the playoffs by then? Right? We have a lot of issues. So we got to stay positive, but at the same time, we got to be a little bit realistic as well, right? On Kravtsov, there's a lot of information here. We didn't really go into the whole thing, but basically, the Canucks are interested to see how he does. You know, he's going to get an opportunity to make the team out of camp. You know, there's a lot of people fighting for those bottom 6 spots and even potentially one top 6 spot. It's interesting to see where Hoglander is going to end up in all of this, right? And there's interest in other organizations. The Canucks believe the high likelihood he'll be claimed from waivers if they just drop him down. So just interesting to see where Kravtsov's going to be moving forward. Also, a little bit more news on Jack Roslovic from Mark here. Ran into Jack Roslovic this morning. Many around the league wondered what's going on. There's nothing new to report. They'll pick up in the coming days and weeks. Matter of time until a deal is done. He was skating in the Canes gear yet today with some of the players. That was on August 14th. So that was about 5 days ago. So maybe something's changed since the article today with Thomas Drance, but just something to think about. And we have some sad news here. The Vancouver Canucks let us know that Mark Curtin has been dealing with ALS and he passed away. So condolences to Mark and his family and friends. So that's Canucks news you might have missed, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a lovely day. Cheers.